Hi, hi. This is Fred from Metal Ops in France. Hi, Ernie, Ernest.
Hey, how you doing today? How are things over there?
I'm doing well. It's a great honor to have you on metalops.com and YouTube for this interview. So thank you very much for your time.
No, you're quite welcome.
Okay. I asked also Ice-T for this interview, but I think you guys, you are Ice-T, you are very busy by the promotion, etc. So,
Right.
But thank you for your part. But maybe Ice-T is recording new episodes of Law and Order of our TV series, and is too busy by TV, maybe.
Right. He has a day job. He has a
Yes,
day job.
Okay. But you are the boss. You are the co-founder of the band in 1990. You founded the band with Ice-T, but the rest is history.
Right.
Alors, so
But we,
just to recall, you play guitars, you produce also.
I produced, but I haven't produced the last records. Will Putney's been producing those records just because I just wanted to focus more on just playing guitar.
Yeah,
Playing the guitar is fun. When you're a producer, you have a whole nother set
yeah,
of problems you have to deal with. So
You have to manage all and not to be in your instrument.
right, and
Fantastic.
you have to worry about other members of the band. When I used to produce records, I would worry about my guitar being too loud or me playing too much. But as a guitar player, you get to sit back and just enjoy the experience. Real quick, I learned that from Tony Iommi.
Yeah,
I produced a
yeah,
Black Sabbath record, and Tony had me produce the record because he's like, I said, you can produce this record. He says, yeah, I can, but then I have to deal with everyone's ego,
yeah,
everyone's this and that. So it's
yeah.
just easier just to sit back
Yeah.
and play the guitar.
You make my transition because Forbidden album from Black Sabbath just reissued, and
Yeah,
you produced it in 1995 for
yeah,
when it was released in 1995, and it was released again reissued, but produced mixed remastered by Tony Iommi himself, the new one.
yeah,
Have you
right. And
listened
so
to it, and what do you think about that? And after we're going to speak about body count.
I think it's good. I mean, Tony could have done the record all along,
Yeah, yeah,
but it's good. The record ended up being number one box set for like 2 weeks after it came out. So
yeah.
I was proud of that, and
Okay.
it puts that back in the conversation.
Yeah, okay, but okay, the sound for this time it was awesome when you produced it. The songs were not the best songs of Black Sabbath, but your job on this album was fantastic in
Right.
1995.
But I wanted to, when I did that record, I wanted to change the sound of the
Uh,
band. I
Yeah,
wanted to dry it up, make
yeah,
it sound more Nirvana, but they really didn't want that. So they wanted to sound the way Tony said, we're going to sound like Black Sabbath. No matter what you do, we're going to
okay,
sound like Black Sabbath.
okay,
So,
okay. Let's be. I'm going to speak about Merciless. You just come back, if I'm right, from the European tour of Merciless tour and UK.
yeah.
How was it? I couldn't see you live, but how was the reaction of the first song live and in general of this
Well,
recent?
it was good because this is the first time we've been out playing since COVID, really. Because
Yeah, yeah,
we were
Cardiff.
going to tour, on Carnivore
Yeah,
during COVID, and then that hit, and then the year after we could have toured like the year before last, but it
yeah,
was so busy. There were so many bands out touring
yeah.
that you couldn't
Yeah.
really,
It was
everybody was
postponed.
out touring at one time. So we waited. It's been 4 years, so we went back there. We played some of the new songs, and then we haven't played the songs from Carnivore either. So we played some of those songs, and it was a good experience. It was good.
Okay.
It's always good to go to Europe and play.
Yeah. Okay. Now there are a lot of two singles were just released, and a previous single was released. Fuck what you heard about from the new album, Merciless.
Right?
Psychopath,
Right?
featuring the singer of Fit for an Autopsy, Joey Bad,
Joe Bad.
John Bad.
Actually, Joe Bad sings in our
Yeah,
producer Will Putney's band, Fit
with
for an
me.
Autopsy. So
Yeah,
it kind of, everything kind of comes back around to
yeah.
family.
I recently interviewed the other guitarist of the band, Gregory, if I'm right.
Yeah.
Patrick from
Right.
Fit for an
Uh-huh.
Autopsy. So yeah, two singles. What you fuck what you hear and Psychopath, and still very violent, very very body count sound, but
Right.
maybe more, but it's still aggressive. How do you explain this aggressivity and this sound still violent in metal and rapcore now with body count? Because the first time I discovered you in 1994 in France on
Right.
TV, I was a kid, and it was rap, crossover, and metal. and now you have a big sound, and you are still violent. How do you explain this feeling on this new album? Is it because society is still violent?
It's just who we are. I mean, it's just the sound of the way we play. I mean, you can't change like go back to Black Sabbath. No matter what you do, it's still going to be Black Sabbath. So body count is body count. This is the way we're going to sound as long as we're a band.
Yeah, but maybe with the time, you just said before, maybe with the time you play more down tuning on guitars. The guitars are more down tuning, maybe in A flat or D. C flat.
No, it's still the same tuning. I played a D flat, which I got from Eddie Van Halen. Van Halen played it in D flat, so I started playing Eddie stuff when I was younger. So I still play that. Yeah.
No 7, 8, no, like Fit of Autopsy. No.
Nothing's changed. I only play 6 strings. Everyone's saying play 7, but I'm like, I don't want to start all over again. I like where I'm at.
old school vibe, old school sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there is a big influence you have since a long time is Slayer in thrash sound, and you make covers. You make a show in 2009 when you respawn the band. What do you think? And it's still an influence in your riffs. Of course, you have your own sound. Your particularity of crossover to mix different styles, hardcore, rap, and thrash. But Slayer is a huge influence, I think. What do you think of their comeback, live comeback? I know you know the guys. What do you think of their comeback, and and it's a big influence, Slayer, for you.
They laid the groundwork for what we do now, So their comeback, I didn't even know they were gone. It's just a comeback. But what was funny? Last week we played a festival, and Slayer was scheduled to play the first day, and there was a hurricane, and they didn't play. So the next day we played. So we got to play. We opened up with Raining Blood, and the crowd went crazy because they didn't get to hear Slayer the day before.
Raining in Blood. Because you changed the song a bit. The cover song. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
And so wait, Slayer is very important for you in the sound, in thrash. It influenced you in the riffs because the riffs of the new album Merciless are awesome.
Oh, thank you. It's just the combination of doing this for 30 years, and still having a love for what we do.
Yeah, but it's still fresh.
Yeah, it's still fresh to me. I'm still on YouTube learning how to play guitar. I'm still learning. That's
Ice-T vocals, Little Ice, it's all is very dynamic narration and the introduction, etc. So it's still fresh.
And it's good to have the son in the band, Young Ice, because it gives us extra energy. He's been on stage with us since he was a baby, throwing my guitar picks to the audience. So his energy brings extra energy to the band.
But sometimes you could be fed up with the years and not to find inspiration after 8 albums, after 7, 8 albums.
It doesn't seem like it's like every album is different. Every journey, is different. So that's what helps out. This journey was different from any other journey because we didn't play as much together as a band. It was more producing and adding guitar parts in. So and then getting guest stars and things like that.
Okay, there is a song I was very surprised. It's a cover song. You like the cover song, Ace of Space, etc. But now the new one is Uncomfortably Numb from Pink Floyd. And 1 year ago, personally, I learned on guitars. I'm beginner guitarist, and I learned in my school music school this song from Pink Floyd. But the new cover song is I surprised me with Ice-T vocals, the narration in hip hop. It's very innovative. And is it David Gilmour? We can see on the video he plays his parts, solo parts, and you the rhythm maybe. Tell me more about this collaboration because it's awesome.
Okay. So originally Ice picked that song because he thought that'd be a song that I could play on that people could really hear me play. So so we recorded the song. I recorded the guitar part, and the other guitar player on that was Richie Sambora. He played on that. He played on that with me. So then we went to we went to go get clearance for it because we just didn't want to jack their song. So then Gilmore heard it and he says, "I love it. Can I play on it?" And so David Gilmour asked to play on his song. You're very humbled and grateful and say, "Of course you can," you know. So and then we asked Roger to clear it. He cleared it also. So that, you know, Rolling Stone said that's the first thing they agreed upon in 25 years.
Yes, I agree. It's a nice song. It's a more slow song, and in the album it's various, and I think it's a new version, and very aware about society, about the world. You can see on the picture of the single.
And that song is 50 years old. That song is 50 years old, and it still grooves. It still has a great feel. And you know, we played it the other day at this festival. We played with who do we play with? We played with Iron Maiden at this festival, and and the people were waving their hands and had lighters and things like that. We usually don't. We don't get that crowd. You know? So
with mobile phones or lighter.
We don't get that crowd at all. So we were on stage going, "Wow, this is different for us," you know.
It's a big surprise on the album. Do you have any regrets from duets in the past? I think about Emily from Evanescence on a song on When I'm Gone from Carnival. It was a nice song, but it opens maybe new minds, new audiences. But you are still satisfied, the critics, etc.
No, we have the people we do duets with or guest stars are friends of ours that end up, you know. So we have no regrets about that. We you know, we had you know, all kinds of people on it. We had Randy on our record. Randy's our good friend of mine. But Randy texted me the other day because I had 14 years sober. So he texted me and said, "Congratulations." So Randy is, you know, a lot of stand-up people on our record. So everyone on the record is a friend or someone that we like and admire. Dave Mustaine, we've known Dave Mustaine since the 80s. Since the 80s, we've known him.
But it's a tradition in hip-hop, featuring, and in hardcore crossover, to have featuring in the album between guests, between artists in a record. It's a tradition to have guests.
We didn't know that, but it just ended up that way. So it's like we don't go out trying to say, "Oh, we need a cover." It just happens. You know, I heard that song. I said, "You want to play that?" I said, "I can play on Comfortably Numb." So we did it, and it worked.
And next time, Tony Yomi.
No, that's on my bucket list. It's on my bucket list.
Okay, and who sings on the song? I like very much the vocals on Drug Lords. Excuse me. I have, for me, it could be Max Cavalera, but who sings on Drug Lords?
I forget who sings on it.
It's Ice-T and Little Lights.
Yeah, I believe so. But some of the songs they were in the studio doing. I don't really know who, you know, what parts and what part, because I just listened to it. I'm like, who? I'm like you. I'm like, who is that exactly? Because I was listening to a thing where Stephen Copeland was looking at the old records of Police, listening to him, and he was like, I don't know what Sting is saying right there. He just found out. So some of the stuff that I listened to, I'm like, oh, I don't remember that part of it. You know, because it you know, you forget after a while.
Okay, but because it's this song is very groovy, and it makes me think Soulfly. And the vocals, I can hear Max Cavalera, but it's not on Drug Lords. Okay, but okay. About so, are you going to make a new video clip like you did it in the past with a fan who made it about the hate is real? I remember with Puppets. Do you have any plans for a new single from Merciless to ask fans?
The record company is working on that, you know, all that stuff right now. They're getting it together, but we have a video. I don't know if it's out for Company Numb with Gilmore in it. We have that. I don't know if it's out or not, or, you know, sometimes I don't follow the business of music. I just do the music. You know what I mean? The business of music. Yeah. They do the business of music. I do music.
Okay, just a flashback, and after we speak about the future and we stop. In 2017, you recorded and released the album Bloodlust,
Uh-huh.
Bloodlust, and there was a song No Life Matters.
Uh-huh.
And do you think it brings inspiration or power to the movement Black Lives Matters in 2020 with riots cause of cop killer, not cop killers, but killing, murders, cause racism and policemen, etc. in 2020 in USA. Do you think this song has a huge importance into later after 2017 on this movement again and again in America, violence and police and racism?
Well, I thought that's one of my favorite songs to sing. I mean, to play. You know, I like that song a whole lot. But it reflects upon no lives matter. It has to do with money. That song has to do with commerce and capitalism and all that kind of stuff. More so than the color of your skin. It has to do with money. But that's a good song. Actually, I thought that song should have been nominated for a Grammy at the time, but the song that they ended up nominating was Black Hoodie, which is like another great song, a great message. But I thought No Lives Matter kind of hit it more so on the head than Black Hoodie. But they overlooked that one. But it's a great song, and it's even now it's getting more play than when we did it. It feels more energy when you play it.
It makes echoes in the society. Do you have hope about new president of America? Are you fed up of politics and liars and or maybe a woman, a black woman? It could change.
That would be good because the white men, even the black man, we end up in the same boat. So maybe a woman would be good. Mexico just got their first woman president, so it could be the whole North America, having women in charge. So that would be good. So I'm just optimistic and hoping for the best, but always preparing for the worst. Because if the worst comes, it's going to be bad for the whole planet. It's not going to be just bad for us.
Okay. We are going to say bye bye. What do you want to add to French metalheads, rap, hip hop listeners?
We have a record. We have a record, Merciless, coming out the 22nd of next month. Pick it up, and then hopefully we'll be back in France this summer coming up. We're able to tour
summer
like
festivals, maybe
hopefully we'll be back in France this summer.
Okay. I thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
And have a good evening in LA.
Okay, it's early morning. Okay.
Okay. Bye.